Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title of the video, today I'm going to show you my go-to summer look. I don't like to wear too much makeup during summer, especially if I know I'm going to be out and about. I just feel not good. Sticky, sweaty, gross. Normally, this is what I look like. It just is. I'd rather not wear makeup during summer than wear makeup. But for these special occasions, I do have a go-to summer makeup look. If you are new here, hi, hello. I give you an extra warm welcome. I hope you choose to stay for a while and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this video. Okay, primers are on, and I did go into my Wet n Wild primer serum to bring back moisture to my entire face. Moisture Grip primer from Dominique Cosmetics for the perimeters of my face, and the Hourglass mattifying primer for my T-zone. Those are all primers that I currently love and trust. It's depending on your skin. Just use the primers that you know for sure are going to help you with your oils throughout the day. If you are dry, I think just usually making sure that your skin is moisturized should help. And if you don't like primers, just use whatever face cream you enjoy. For today, we are going to use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is a beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, foundation. It just stays looking good all day, and I tested it out yesterday. Yesterday was Memorial Day. I was out grilling. My husband is currently at work, so couldn't rely on him. Yeah, this is a good one that lasts all day and it keeps everything looking good. I did add a tiny bit of moisture to my brush just to kind of thin it out a tiny bit. I don't like feeling heavy, although this NARS foundation is really lightweight and it's very liquidy. It's not heavy. I wanted to just thin it out a tiny bit more than it already is, but still make me look even, like my skin tone even. Apologies, I keep covering you with the mirror. This is the classic base from Sonia G, and I think from that pump, so that's how much I have left. I think I'm good with that, because once I add everything else, it's going to give a tiny bit more coverage. Okay, I would say that NARS is like a satin kind of finish on my skin. I think I'm gonna jump into this Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. I do also have this Givenchy out for my rotation, but I feel like this one is just a little bit more mattifying, and during summer I typically gravitate more towards satin or close to a matte finish, because I already know my oils are going to peek through and it's going to make it no longer a matte foundation or concealer. Sorry, my kids are being really loud as always, because you know it's summer break and school's out. 9N and M3 Stromboli is the shade that I use for the NARS. There was a shade extension for the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I haven't seen if they added one in between the one that I have, Stromboli, and the one before it, because I feel like this is not a perfect match, and if I add too much, it can definitely look pretty yellow, even though I do have a tiny bit of warm, I guess, yellow undertones. I'm like a neutral, sometimes leaning yellow undertones skin tone, and I can make some foundations that look yellow work, but if I add too much of the Stromboli shade from the NARS, it can definitely look really yellow. Okay, the least amount of products that I layer, the better. So I'm gonna jump into this Haus Labs bronzer shade in Glassy Cinnamon. I also have Toasted Teddy out. Let's do the Haus Labs. Let's go for this one. I have really been enjoying it. I do have to build it up a tiny bit, and for some that can be a little annoying. I get it, totally get it. But it's pretty thin. I don't feel like I really have anything on, and that's kind of what I'm going for, especially if I know I'm going to be out and about in this heat, you know? This is the N15 from BK and Nikki. Okay, now I'm going to powder. If this were any event, wedding, whatnot, I would probably do cream contour, cream bronzer, and cream blush, but I'm treating this as the least amount of makeup as possible so that you don't feel like you have loads of product on your face because say you're at your child's soccer game or at your child's softball game or at your child's swim meet that's outside. I'm going for that vibe. I am going to powder, and I'm going to use the What's Up Beauty Wind Dancer Pressed Setting Powder for my under eyes. This is in the shade Light, and the RMS. This is the setting. It's just the Hydra setting powder. This is so good at keeping my oils at bay, intact, and it just makes me look perfected. Got a hair. So let's set the under eyes with a tiny bit of spray, and then I'll set them with powder. I always do this before setting my under eyes with powder. It prevents me from getting extra creasing. If I don't do this, my creasing can get pretty bad. Doesn't always work. There's some powders, this method just doesn't work, but for the What's Up, it does. My puff, and I don't use a ton of product. Unfortunately, when you get older, less under your eyes is just better. That's just the way the cookie crumbles as you get older, and I'm okay with that. But do you see how soft? The hairs are just everywhere today. Okay, and now I'm gonna use the RMS. I know that this keeps my oils good for a pretty long time. Okay, I'm gonna use this big old fluffy TF1 from Sonia G. This is just too big for bronzer, so I've just been using it for powder, and it works beautifully. And I don't pack on the powder as either. I feel like the times that I do use too much powder, my oils just peek through more, and it's not, I don't like it. So enough to set my face, but not too much to where my face feels like it's overloaded with product and it's going to just start producing all the oil. Okay, see how beautiful my skin looks? And I feel like it doesn't look like I have too much on my face, right? Okay, I have been loving the custom quad that I made from Hourglass. I hope they bring this back. The bronzer that I'm gonna use is the Diffused Bronze Light, and this is a Refer number 37 Rush. It's just the perfect bronzer because the tone is great. The finish is excellent, beautiful. It's just perfect. All right, there it is. I know usually during summer you see all of the beauty influencers show glowy, dewy, all that very beautiful texture during summer, but all I think is, oh my gosh, aren't you sticky? So using Hourglass powders is the perfect way to add a natural glow without the stickiness, and that's why I'm using this. I am gonna jump in also into the blush at night. This is the Refer number 19, and I am going to add just a tiny bit of a cream blush on top of this just to give a slight dewy. But honestly, I would just stick to powders. I trust them. I know it's going to keep me looking good all day, but for I guess the purpose of the video and looking more dewy for summer, but ideally I keep it like this, you know? Okay, see how it just gives me a natural glow? without the stickiness. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use the Dior Rosy Glow Blush Stick. This is in Cherry. And I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on the back of my hand. Oh, I love the way this smells. And I'll use this BK112 and just pick it up from the back of my hand. It's just gonna give a slight bit of dewiness. Not too much. It's like the method that Patrick Ta uses. Pretty much, just with a different product. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and the perfect highlighter when I think of summer and glowy, not sticky, is the RCMA Summer Lights Illuminator. I have the tone Daybreak. They only came out with 2 different ones. This is like an icy rose gold, I guess. It is so perfect, and it does, like, it's a cream to powder kind of texture, but the finish, oh my gosh, the finish. No one talked about these when they launched, and it makes me so sad because this was a beautiful launch. They also came out with cream bronzers, but I feel like this highlighter made more of an impression on me than the bronzers in the same component. But do you see that? And it's not sticky at all because it's one of those cream to powders type of formula, but it is so pretty, and I didn't get the hype that it deserved. Okay, everything's looking so good. I did already do my eyebrows off camera. I use Refi Beauty brow pencil and the Benefit brow setter, the one that's supposed to give you laminated eyebrows. I don't wear mascara during summer, really. If it was like special events, special occasion, wedding, then yes. But other than that, all I do is curl my lashes, and I'm also very, very lazy with my eyebrows. I'll just set them in place, not even bother with brow pencil, but I figured since I'm doing this video and I am one of the very few out there who, and not everybody is as nonchalant about their eyebrows as I am. I know there are people out there who will not leave the house without their eyebrows. I figured I'd go ahead and do them, but I am pretty lazy when it comes to my eyebrows during summer. Sometimes I won't even set them, but my eyebrows tend to go down, and I'm always like putting them back up when I don't have brow gel, so I just do the brow gel because I get so annoyed that I have to keep doing that. Okay, and then for lips, let me put a tiny bit of, I should have done this at the beginning video just to bring tiny bit of hydration. Let me have this sit for a couple of minutes, and then I'll show you how lazy I am with my lips as well. Okay. Can't see it now. So I dabbed off the Friday's lip balm I had on. I'm usually pretty lazy, and this is pretty much what I would do for my summer lip, but I'll show you what I do when I'm not lazy. If you want a lip that's going to last a little bit longer than say 20-30 minutes, because like a lip balm like this from Maybelline, I would put this on, maybe a tiny bit of lip liner, and then probably within the hour it'd be gone. But lip stains are definitely a lip combo I enjoy a lot during summer because they just last a tiny bit longer. I have these 2 pulled out. There's a couple more that I have in my collection. Let's do the Huda first. This is the lip blush, and I have Rosy Kiss. I believe the Huda website is the only place you can get these. I was going to pick one up, well, 2, because this is pretty much done. I've had this since these launched, and they did not have a Memorial Day sale, so I'm waiting until they have a sale. I love this lip stain. It is so pretty. Another good one is the Ulta one. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of the Dominique. This one is in Pink Dreams. This one, it's like a moussey, hydrating texture, and the stain does come, but it's a little different than the Huda. The Huda is pretty liquidy, not as liquidy as the Ulta one, but it dries down and it stains. The Dominique, it provides you a tiny bit of sheen, almost like a lip, well, not a lip oil, like a liquid lip balm kind of texture. It does fade away, and then what's left is the stain. These two I do really enjoy. Also the Ulta one, and I have like an orangey tone, which is so perfect for summer. Now you can leave it like this and just kind of feather it out so your lips look a tiny bit more plump, or you can add a lip liner. This is Anywhere Caffeine, and it's the Artist Color Pencil Extreme, the newer formula. And just add a tiny bit just to give more definition to your lips. You can also do your favorite lip liner and a lip balm on top, or a gloss. That's also a good and easy one that I like to do often. Okay, and that is it. That's my little summer makeup tutorial for quick, easy, comfortable, minimalistic summer makeup look. I think the lips came out so good. I doubled up on the lip stains, so it should last a little bit longer than if I were to just have one. Okay, that was super quick. If I wasn't filming and I was just doing this routine off of camera, it probably would take me 15 minutes, at the most 20. So it's super quick if you are in a pinch for time. All right, my loves, thank you so much for joining me. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You guys have no idea. All the comments, all the likes, if you use my links to shop, it all truly does mean so much to me. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know, what are your favorite products for summer? Okay, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye!